Today, in this episode, I have a biotechnology student or a pharmacy student turned product developer. Sindhu Raju is the CEO of a company named Winzy. Winzy is a real life trivial gaming app which provides real-time vouchers, gifts, and cash prizes to its user. Hi, Sindhu.
Hi,
Thanks for coming on to the Women's Stories. How have you been?
thank you for having me. I'm doing great actually. How are you?
I'm also doing great. The journey behind
Okay.
switching your career from biotechnology domain to tech domain.
Um, so although my education was formally in pharmacy and hence biotechnology, my interest I knew even in college was entrepreneurship or something related to the marketing or business side of things. During college placements, the job I took up, although I was selected for a lot of things, was a market research analyst position in a company called Global Data. And my first encounter with tech coupled with pharma was when I joined Synergy. And these guys were a software product development firm where they build electronic health record software for the US
Mhm.
market.
Okay.
I was in the pharma e-track division where the users could easily collect medicines via e-prescriptions.
Okay. That
So
that's amazing to know. So when did you like realize you don't want to be in this in the biotechnology domain, and when you kind of realize that I can be a good product developer and I can because I'm also a biotechnology student, so I know like what you must have learned. Maybe you must have learned to run SDS, or you must have like learned to analyze
correct,
microscopes and stuff like that. So all the chemical
correct.
analysis. So, I mean, it's at that time when you must be pursuing that course, you must not be aware that you could be a good product developer in the future. So when
No,
was
I did not
yeah, please.
I did not know that I could be like a good product developer,
Mhm.
but I always knew I wanted to do something on the side of something related to business. Basically, I always wanted to set up something by myself. I possibly didn't have a very clear idea about what to do,
Mhm.
but I always wanted to know that I always knew that I wanted to be in something related to building things by myself.
Okay.
And so maybe I was always an entrepreneur to start with. So yeah,
That's good to hear. Of course, I mean, no one knows better than you, like who you are from the core of yourself. And I'm glad to know that you were aware of the fact that you are a born entrepreneur. So, coming from a non-tech background, how did you manage to find like the right person for product development? Because app development includes a lot of like coding and stuff like that. So, how did you approach to the right set of people?
so I think finding the right person for anyone, especially like someone who's in a startup or just starting out,
Mhm.
it just involves making a lot of mistakes to start with and successfully deleting all the wrong people. And I think networking is key. So the more the people you talk with, the more ideas you bounce off each other,
Yeah.
the more relevant knowledge for your field you keep gathering to take your idea to fruition. I did make a few mistakes in choosing like the wrong people who weren't the right fit for us, whether technically or with their
Mhm.
vision matching mine. But you eventually learn what exactly you're looking for. And that's when you make the right choice in picking the right person who can help build your vision. So I think having clarity for yourself is key in finding the right person. So you should know what you want,
Mhm.
and then the right person will actually come into your company and your vision. So
So you
that's what I
proceeded
realized from my
with,
journey.
I'm glad to know that. So you proceeded with the networking thing through social media or
Yes.
through offline mode?
I think both. If you're very active on your social platforms like
Mhm.
LinkedIn or
Mhm.
Facebook, all of them actually, and you kind of come across these events, and the other offline networking events are also publicized.
Thanks for the to the point answer. And I completely agree. I think you learn along with the process. So you cannot be kind of very sure of what kind of people you want to hire when you are just starting out. When you hire,
Yes,
then you know like you don't want these kind of people in your team.
exactly.
So I'm curious to know, how did your love for gaming imbibe in your mind? I think you must be a biology student, so biology must be something that that must have intrigued you at that point of time when you must be in your school. And then like yeah, when was the love towards gaming inculcated in your mind?
I think gaming, I was always interested, like, playing around the smaller things, like playing around on your phone or things like
Uh-huh.
that. But I think me building technology, like gaming, I think that I knew was a reality when I started working with Synergy. I told you they were a software product development company. And that is where I saw first ideas getting turned into something usable and something into a reality. Although that was in the medical field, that is where I learned that you could actually build something and bring your vision to life. So that was my first tryst with technology and ideas and the sync of both of them. So
And
my non-tech background.
that's excited. That's something amazing to know, because you never know which life incident can kind of make you push towards your real purpose and make you like any any point of your life can be a kickstart to something new. So that's always surprising to know.
Just be open to all possibilities and you'll be surprised to where life can take you.
Absolutely. So, being from a pharmaceutical background, I would love to know your journey with this like particular field. Like, how have you kind of articulated yourself and just change your mindset and learn new things?
Sure. So I did my undergraduation in pharmacy,
Mhm.
and chemistry, anatomy, and medicines when I was in school were what deeply interested me, so as a child, and hence I decided to study this. But when it came to work, I've never delved deeply into the pharma industry. It was like very restricted to my educational background, although I was very interested in it. I was always more into like the marketing or the market research or the entrepreneurship side of things, even when I picked projects in whether it was the internships or whether it was the small projects that you do in college. I always picked these kind of projects. So clearly, I realized that my interest was in the business side of things, and I slowly, I think, edged towards that and moved
Mhm.
into that eventually. I hope that's what you were asking for.
Yeah. And
Hope
also
I
like
answered it.
yeah. So also I would love to know, how did you kind of imbibe, because when you must be working in synergy, there would be a lot of information around you, and that must be a confusing time for you, like you don't know what to grab and what not to grab. And also there must be a like a pinpoint in your mind that, like, you want to develop something by your own. For that you want to learn new things and you want to have that process very speedily. So
Yeah.
like how did you imbibe everything, like how did you like kind of you I think you must have become like a sponge at that time, and you must have learned everything by your own. So what was that the particular process in that journey?
Right. So I think when I was in Synergy, initial few days, you just let things come to you, meaning you just learn as things come. And then when you're looking to build something, you automatically kind of pick up on what you're looking for, right? Like, for example, the kind of technology that the person would need to build a certain thing, and the kind of places that you need to go to get these contacts
Mhm.
and to develop the right kind of relationships with the right kind of people. So
Mhm.
networking, and I think I did all of that without knowing that I was doing all of that. But anyone who is interested or anyone who wants to build something would automatically, I think, go through this process.
Yeah.
It's not like something that you plan and do, and that's what I've done too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I agree to that. Sometimes you don't know what are you doing, but you are ultimately chasing your passion.
Yes.
And yeah, and after some time, you like kind of realize that I was already doing the right things, but now is the time to smell the fruit and taste it.
Correct.
Yeah. So, what is the most important factor that has helped you to multiply the number of downloads of your app? Because I know you already have like 15,000 plus downloads, and I think the number must have increased now. So, what
Yes.
what what is the important thing according to you?
I think efficient marketing, that is the most important thing. And efficient marketing means like it's a combination of several factors
Mhm.
that anyone who has built will already know, or someone who's looking to build has to take into consideration.
Okay.
And I think the few points that we've started out with were App Store optimization,
Mhm.
which means it's kind of like your Google search engine, but you have to optimize your app
Mhm.
so that your app kind of appears first in the results.
Mhm.
So the key is to get your keywords in place so that you can drive organic traffic to your app. And this is something that is one of the best ways to get your app downloads, because it's organic traffic, it's people who are already interested in your
Mhm.
app. And this will also help with user retention in later phases. after the app has been downloaded. And I think another strategy that we used is ads placement, wherein we do paid advertising campaigns. But we strategically place them in other apps which are similar to this kind of an app. So we know that our target audience lies there. And then the third one is influencers. We educate influencers about our apps, have meetings with influencers, but we've never actually done paid influencer campaigns. We've only asked influencers who actually believe in the idea to share with their followers. So, and apart from this, search engine optimizations, and there are a lot of other methods of marketing. But having said all this, I think since I've seen the app progress, I think the most important thing that app creators have to concentrate on is, after getting the initial downloads, you have to concentrate on user retention, because your app's life depends on how many users are still like sticking to your app, and reducing the churn rate in order for the app to be successful ultimately. So
that's something new to know. Like, you have inorganic and organic marketing in terms of app also. Like, there must be a marketing process that would be there in the Play Store, for the Play Store or different platforms from where the user can download the app. So
yes.
that's something, because I'm a blogger, so I know SEO with regards to blogging and with regards to writing. And
Yes.
content writing is also required with regards to app development. That's something new for me.
Yes.
So does the marketing, what is the entire process concept behind live trivial game, like live trivia game?
So live trivia is something that where there's a host asking questions, and there are a number of users that are logged in to play the game at the same time. So there is user engagement for a set period of time, wherein all these users are logged in and are live on the particular time. So this system ensures that there's a lot of attention, and there's a set number of eyes on the gameplay at a particular time. And it's hugely successful, it started out in the US market, and it's entered the Indian market successfully. But I think it would be a game changer, and it's hugely successful now, a new way of marketing, and it will continue to be for the next several years. So we do have live trivia and like other forms of trivia on the platform. So yeah, I hope that
Okay.
answers.
That's also something new for me, because app development isn't, I know nothing about that. So that was the
I'm
sole
sure. I
reason
mean,
of,
you're
yeah.
completely like,
So I'm like kind of trying to imbibe all the knowledge that you are that you are speaking with. So I also wanted to know, what is the process of bringing real-time vouchers, cash prizes, and gifts to your system? Like, do you contact the sponsors, or like, what is the process?
yes, we do contact the sponsors. So when it comes to vouchers, we actually contact a lot of online platforms and like other platforms, like for example, Make My Trip or
Mhm.
Ixigo or other. I'm just giving you an example of um, travel websites, and these websites are actually ready to partner with us, mainly because it's a win-win situation for them and us. So
Mhm.
we kind of promote that and send that message across, and the interested companies do partner with us, because all the users that win on this platform can actually redeem or like get a advantage somewhere else, which is a win for all the three parties involved. So there is um, no other kind of incentives that we provide to these companies. We just
Okay.
tell them about this, and that's how they get on.
It works like a barter system.
Yes.
Okay. And also, I would be pleased if you can guide me along with the audience how to approach influencers with like zero budget.
Um, so right now the thing is, there are micro influencers, macro
Mhm.
influencers, and there are these really big influencers. I'm sure everybody knows, like they've used like
Mhm.
influencers with 1 million followers, they're influencers with let's say 50,000 followers, and then 10 to 20,000. So I think for anyone who's starting out,
Mhm.
the micro bloggers are a bigger advantage than anyone ever thought of before. So someone who has like a following of 8,000 to
Mhm.
20,000, it should be the target for anyone who's looking to start out. Like those kind of bloggers should be the target. And these micro bloggers are very, very inexpensive.
Okay.
So you can approach them and then have the word out there. How you plan your marketing strategy is up to you, but
Mhm.
it is possible, like with much lesser budget. I wouldn't say with a zero budget would be a difficult task, but
Okay. I mean, targeting micro influencers is the key to begin with the right marketing strategy at low budget.
Yes.
Okay. So, what are your future plans with Winzy?
I think right now the plan is to introduce more gameplay for a wider audience. Right now we just have quizzes. So I
Mm.
think the idea is to have like a wider range of games, and also to to become a one-stop gaming solution and have better graphics on the app. Just to give it a big upgrade is the immediate plan, like to upgrade it into a version 2.0 is the next thing.
I'm excited for that, and I haven't tried Winzy till now, but I'll surely try. I just hope that I don't get addicted with the app.
No, it's not an addictive app, but
Because now
I
lately
would like
many
you to see you play it.
many such apps have kind of started putting a disclaimer that plays these games on your own risk. This can be addictive for a long time. So I'm kind of scared, but it's a great initiative. And listening your story, just turning your career to 360-degree is something that truly inspired me. And
Thank you.
I'm really excited. I'm really happy to know your journey. And lastly, I would like to for you, if you can drop a message to all our audience, like would you like to what one advice would you like to give to aspiring app developers?
I'm not really sure if I can give them advice, but I think one thing from my journey I can tell them is just start where you are.
Mhm.
You will find the resources to help you build your dream project. Just know that it's okay to make mistakes and it's okay to fail. And once you're okay with that, nothing will stop you from like starting out and then eventually reaching your goals. So just start is the only advice that I can
And
tell.
thanks a lot for taking your time and coming on to the women's stories.
Thank you.
I hope that you find this conversation friendly, and I hope that you enjoyed having this conversation, because I truly enjoyed having it.
You actually made me feel really comfortable, and I had an amazing time talking to you. I can't wait to see like this thing go places and you interview a lot more people and just make it
Thanks
bigger.
a lot for your humble words.